It's a beautiful bacon day, Cookie Crusaders. Today we're going to be using double magic candy and clotted cream along with Financier cookie because, as you probably already know, Financier cookie specifically protects clotted cream and boosts him first before doing other cookies. I haven't really seen much teams covering those two as a combo, so we're going to do it here today. In addition, we're using two magic candy users to take out backline characters and to put pressure on the front line from Purple Yam. The feather will likely go to Cream Unicorn or Purple Yam in this setup, just based on how the team is positioned, but there can be edge cases where that does not happen. So we're running Peanuts on Yam with high damage resistance, cooldowns on Financier, damage resistant almonds on Clotted Cream with critical resistance too, almonds on Vampire at a decent level, not great, but decent, with some attack stat focus, and then high cooldown and some damage resistance subs on Cream Unicorn. So what's going to happen is that Clotted Cream's going to get the highest version of damage resistance between his skill and Financier's skill. Cream Unicorn's going to apply it to Clotted Cream as well as other team members, and damage resistance will be buffed from Purple Yam, so we are mostly focused on a just slightly survivable topping set with high attack potential power. Now, if I had the option, I would actually do attack toppings on Yam, attack toppings on Clotted, and attack toppings on Vampire if I had high damage resistance at like 28% to 30% at the max on each of those as the toppings, because the remaining coverage from Cream Unicorn would honestly be enough to keep near the cap, and so therefore it would be good enough to tango with some of the hard-hitting teams. So we're going to go ahead and go into battle. We're going to fight what we can. Please be advised, anyone in the top 10,000 probably has better labs than me and probably has better toppings than me, so I might not be able to beat those teams, but I'm going to take it in and show you what we've got against everyone that we can fight. So this one, for instance, player 1,888. As predicted, Cream Unicorn or Yam would be the first one to get the feather, but that's okay because we get more resistance and more critical resistance thanks to Cream Unicorn being automatically skilled again from the feather. Vampire doing a great job taking out that backline, hitting as hard as possible. Clotted Cream, even though being protected by Financier, dealing a lot of AoE damage. We're definitely riding a lot on Purple Yam, and now Financier specifically protecting Vampire as the second highest attacker, since Clotted Cream is no longer in the fold. And as you can see, the team's holding very strong. Even against a very high-ranking player, because what's happening is we have quite a lot of damage resistance being handled by most of the skill sets, and we do have a little bit by our toppings, but either way, we ended up taking the fold. It did come down to the last 9 seconds, so it was a close race. But here's the damage layout. You can see that their Espresso and their Dark Cacao doing amazing damage, so absolutely handling very well. Financier also doing a really good amount of damage. They must have had a critical or attack build setup for their Financier, so that's probably the strongest Financier I've seen on the meta currently. So I'm impressed with whatever build they had there because it worked very well. But regardless, if you look at damage taken, Yam and Financier just tanked some absolute massive amounts of damage on our side. Did a very good job. Same with Cream Unicorn. And then the healing, Cream Unicorn coming in like a boss. I mean, like just absolutely wrecking the healing field. And as you can see, their Financier way more set up for attack power, where ours is set up more for healing because we did almost double the amount of healing that they were able to do. And Purple Yam's Magic Candy skill takes care of his healing, so he's self-sustained for that reason on its own. But it was a great fight. Good one, high-ranking fight. You guys have talked to me before about trying to take these into arena and fight players of different ranks. Well, I'm trying to do that for you to just show you what happens. The problem is sometimes is that the labs are so different, so skewed, that it just makes it very tough to gauge what's being fought against and if it's really fair. Like, for instance, this person, level 12 treasures across the board. Looks like decent starred promotioned ancients and legendaries. hard to say if they're actually good or not. They might just have really lucky gotcha pulls. They might have decent labs. It's really hard to tell. When we look here, they're ranked 54,000. Does that make a big enough difference for our team to have a huge advantage? It's really hard to say. But as you can see, our team is, yet again, holding super strong. High defensive measures, feathers bringing back our essential members, which is Cream Unicorn and Purple Yam. Everyone in the middle can take care of themselves. Vampire has a free feather heal. Clotted has protection from Financier. High HP stats on their side. But we took the battle pretty well, and we took it very strong. Clotted Cream's doing huge damage from that boost from Financier Cookie. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take it one more battle. We're going to try and get a speed team if we can. That way, here we go. So, speed team. I haven't tested against a speed team, so it'll be interesting to see how this one works. And they are higher ranked than us. Actually, this is the current meta team, Claire and Affogato. So, technically, they should have the advantage being the current meta team. They did take out Clotted Cream very quickly because of Affogato and Eclair. So, the feather actually went specifically to Clotted Cream. But let's see how we end up facing against the rest of their force. So Purple Yam taking a lot of damage. Vampire taking a lot of damage. Gets that free revive. And yeah, it's as far as how it handles against a well-upgraded, well-lab executed, well-topping executed team of the speed team meta right now, looks like it's not going to be handling very well against that. So if you're looking for a team that goes against that meta, this will not do it. At least not with our current topping setups. If we had much more damage resistance, or if we had way better attack stats with high damage resistance on the substats, maybe we would have a much better chance. But with that current setup, we just didn't have the cake there. Hopefully this team is fun for you. I wanted to give a setup that showcased Financier and Clotted Cream together. I think they work really well in this setup because Vampire can handle his own, Purple Yam can handle his own, and Cream Unicorn's just a really wonderful solo healer. I'm loving what Cream Unicorn's doing to the meta as far as how healers are presented and treated. It's so fun. So I hope this team is fun for you. I hope it's something that you can build. I tried not to use too many ancients or legendaries, and I attempted to steer away from super epics if possible, because I know that that's sometimes harder for you guys to get, especially at high levels like ascensions and promotions. So I wanted to try and make a team that was pretty viable for you all to build, especially without focusing on like 40+% damage resistant topping builds, because it's just so hard to accumulate that all. So yet again, I hope this is helpful for you, and thank you so much for stopping by. I look forward to all your feedback in the comments, and I hope you all have a wonderful night.